I live in a small town in Ohio, so I don't do shit over breaks.
Spring break I spent alone in my apartment. My mom asked me if I wanted to go home and I was like, hard pass.
Usually over break, I find the main difference is my brother's home, so I can't really masturbate as much because the house is always full.
I'm not going home for summer break because winter break killed me. Like, I would sit on the couch for hours. It was so boring.
Winter break was 5 weeks, and yeah, I was after a couple I was done. I was like, all right, I can go back home now. I had no motivation to write. I had no ideas when I was on break, and when I'm here, I can write a lot more. I have a lot more ideas.
I went home to get my adult braces off. So people are like, oh, spring break, what are you doing? I was like, I'm at the orthodontist, and they're pulling metal off my mouth. But you know what? I call that a success because now I look like less of a human adult baby, a little bit more of a college student.
Over spring break, I went to the dentist to get this checked out. And
This?
Yep. At the dentist, it's all this small talk. It's like, so where do you go to school? What do you major in? And honestly, when people ask me my major, I've just started saying computer science. It's not my major. I'm a comedy major.
I took a class over J-term, so my break was only like 2 weeks or something, and even that was a lot. And I had a very serious talk with my parents. I was like, Chicago's where I need to be.
I made it a point to I didn't want to, this is my first year, and I didn't want to go home a lot. I wanted to force myself to, stick it out. And I'm really glad I did that because it's made the times I have gone home really nice.
More of those hoverboard things are gonna be out when it gets nice out. I don't want it.
You know what I want to do? I really want to push someone off a hoverboard. I think it'd be so funny.
That's assault.
I went home and they're like, you famous yet? I'm like, what? No. And sometimes my dad will do weird stuff, but validate it by saying, you can put that in a movie about your life. He put his shirt over his head and was like, see this? This is what Jack Black would do. Cast him in the movie about your life.
The big thing that I do when I go home is I go to the movies because I can't afford to go here because our movies back home are $4. So I go 5 times a day. They know me by name. I'm friends with the manager on Facebook. I walk in, she's like, hey Taylor. I'm like, hey, what's up?
You're
I love
on
a good
Segway
tour. They have a haunted one. Saving up $80 to do that.
You're gonna do a Segway tour?
A haunted one, yes.
I have not had any of that.
No one ever does. No one ever visits me. I'm so alone. I would love it if someone came.
I always try to avoid the real touristy stuff.
Go to the bean!
Yeah, let's see the bean. Take us to Sears Tower or Willis Tower, whatever it's called now.
The first thing I was just like, all right, it's 6 a.m., let's go to the Bean. And and I showed him just the city. I was just like, yeah, you're never here, so we're gonna do all the touristy things.
I specifically called out the Bean.
Yep, that's the first thing we did.
It's fine when family comes because they'll buy you dinner and they'll feel bad. Sometimes they'll ask you questions like, oh, do you have a boyfriend yet? How's the job? And I'm just like, shh. Well, it's nice. We see each other for 24 hours. Let's keep it.
That's the fun part of family coming to visit, I guess, is you get free things.
I don't know what it is, but anytime people visit, they all want to visit at the same time.
My friends and family would be like, surprise, I'm coming to visit you next week. Hope you're free. And then I send them my schedule and they're like, what does that mean? I'm not gonna see you?
If friends come to visit you, you gotta budget out that whole weekend. You gotta take them to the aquarium, or you gotta buy deep dish pizza. Everyone's losing their pants all over deep dish pizza. I don't like deep dish pizza.
I would never know. None of my high school friends want to hang out with me.
My friends especially go to state schools and take their cars with them. I'll just drive to Chicago. I'm like, I don't know where you're gonna park.
Right. It makes me feel kind of cool to be like, oh yeah, I know how to get there. Let's just go downtown on the train. And all my friends are like, what? The train?
If you're out there and you know me, just come and visit me, please. I would love company.
I talked to about 2 people that I went to high school with, and one of those is only because he started selling weed. So it doesn't matter. It's not important. The people you meet there, that's for there.
I was walking down the street out of Denny's, because that's what you do when you're back home. And I saw this kid I went to high school with and I was like, hey, and I smiled. And he just looked at me and then looked down and walked. I'm like, what does that mean? You know me. You know who I am.
As soon as you go to college, you're gonna drift away from all your high school friends. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, just because you have failed friendships. We have a group message that we've had since like we were juniors in high school. And we're constantly on that all the time.
I'm lying if I'm saying there's not like a separation when you come back home. Things you thought were funny aren't as funny.
Whenever I go home, I get like back into the mix of things. Like I get in my car, we go to Sonic and get half off shakes. We go to the movies, we go to Walmart at like midnight because that's wacky. And then I see like 8 of my classmates who are pregnant at Walmart. I'm just like, oh, hey, oh, congrats, wow, it's so cool.
I think high school friends are like war buddies. Like you went through this really awful thing together and now you're really close.
One of my best friends, Emma, at home, she still thinks that I'm home sometimes. And every now and then she'll still text me and be like, you want to go get some ice cream? I'm like, I am 600 miles away from you.
I have 2 friends from high school who won't go to Loyola. I don't know why we had this idea, like, oh, but they're both in Chicago, that we were just gonna be like running into each other all the time.
One of my really good friends, like, we don't keep in touch the way like normal friends keep in touch. Like, it's not like, hey, how are you? How's class? Any like person you're fucking or anything. Like the other day, he just texted me, if you had to fuck a politician, who would it be? And I was like, Barack Obama. That's not a surprise. And then he was just like, great.
Cut them all. Just don't talk to anybody you went to high school with ever after graduation. Ignore them. Block them all on Facebook. Delete their numbers. That way, you're a mystery. Come the reunion, everyone's gonna be like, what have you been up to? Because they don't know.